Hello, this is Simon Hyatt. I'm the contributing editor of Asian Business Review magazine. Today I'm presenting the Asian Experience Awards, recognizing the most meaningful and ingenious experience initiatives in the region for 2021. Today I'm joined by Peggy Renders, General Manager and Senior Vice President of SAP Customer Experience, APJ. SAP Asia has won the Singapore Brand Experience Award of the Year for Technology in the Asian Experience Awards 2021. Peggy, thank you so much for joining us today and congratulations on your award win.
Thank you, Simon. We at SAP CX, we are very humbled by the recognition from the Asian Business Review. And I just want to shout out to the team, a massive thank you to the team, because none of this could have come together if it wasn't for a beautiful, passionate, and very creative team that we have in SAP CX.
Peggy, quite a few studies have centered around having heart in business. What makes the Heart Matters campaign different from other campaigns?
Well, Simon, something you might see that there is other studies out there, but we were looking for them and we didn't quite find one that would prove what we had a suspicion around. And that is, there has been definitely with the pandemic a massive rise in consciousness. And we see that also in our consumers and how they behave and how they buy. And we wanted to see that rise in consciousness. So when it comes to people, profits, but also planet, how is that linked to customer experience? So we had a gut feel around that. And I've asked Rita, our head of marketing, around one simple question. What are the characteristics of an organization that consumers will buy from today and in the future? So she started pondering around that question, and that's how Heart Matters came to life.
At this stage of the campaign, do you see any strong patterns in the survey responses?
Yeah, very strong patterns. So a couple that I would like to call out. First one is 70% of the respondents really felt strongly about the brand that they buy from, that brand is ethical and sustainable. So it's no longer just about getting that product or the service. It's about the organization they buy from. What does that brand stand for and how do they go about delivering on their commitments? The second standout was, of course, the massive experience gap. So there is expectations from the consumers, and then there is how organizations deliver on those expectations. Massive experience gap, and even in simple things such as responsiveness, so speedy response, or quality of their delivery, massive experience gap. So that was really a standout. And then the third one is around consumers are very conscious around what happens with their personal data. What happens when they provide name, address, all of those personal data to organizations? And the great thing is that with SAP CX, with our data-driven solution set, we have an answer for that, giving those consumers some reassurance that their personal data is in good hands and that it's used for the right purpose.
Different regions have somewhat different approaches to business. The West sees it as all business, while the East traditionally is more personal. How does SAP determine a middle ground?
Yeah, I've worked across the region, APAC, for 4 or 5 years now. And I would definitely say it was the case earlier on that I would look at Asian businesses being more conservative. But to be very honest, I'm not seeing that anymore. Definitely not since the pandemic. So everything has gone global, communication, commerce. It's all global trends now. And deep down, where I truly think this comes back to is we're all human beings. It doesn't matter where you're located. We all have the same fears. We have the same dreams. We have the same drives. So if you really want to establish a consumer-focused business and capture the hearts and minds of your consumers, it doesn't really matter anymore where you're located.
Peggy, in the past, a heart-centric approach was perceived as somewhat of a weakness in business. But new studies reveal that customers are the heart of a business. How is this realization impacting SAP, and what initiatives are being adopted in response to this development?
Also here, I don't think it's that new. but maybe organizations are more waking up. And maybe thanks to the pandemic, we're taking a more human approach. So in SAP, for the last 3 to 4 years, we have been going through a massive transformation. And we have focused our internal organization and processes around how do we optimize the customer experience. When we have interaction points with our customers, how do we design our processes internally so that we deliver that best experience? And there's been many, many initiatives around that. Now, my firm belief is that the best customer experience starts with the best employee experience. And definitely nowadays, with the pandemic and us all working remotely, we are at SAP going out of our way to make sure that people feel that they belong, that they are being seen, that they're being heard, that they're being loved, because that really brings out the best in people. And from there, they can deliver the best customer experience.
Peggy, what does winning in the inaugural Asian Experience Awards 2021 mean for you and your team?
Yeah, Simon, we were really humbled because Rita and the marketing team who put all of this together, they've worked extremely hard in a very short period of time. And it kind of all came from a brainstorm between me and her around consciousness and how consumers are shifting. So just first of all, really humbled by the recognition, and thank you again. Second thing is, it really means to us that that we are tuned in to what is happening in the market. We have seen a massive response to the campaign we have been running with, and people out there, consumers, they really have responded extremely well. So we are on the right track, I would say, around proving out certain points. And then last but not least, and something I'm personally the most passionate about, is SAP is known in the market as an ERP company. What not a lot of consumers know is that we have best-in-class customer experience solutions. And for me, a mission I'm on is shifting the brand awareness around SAP, around the solution set, but also how do we deal with customers? And what are some of the best of breed consumer experiences we can help our organizations and our customers deliver to their end consumers? So for me, this is the first step in a massive brand awareness campaign that we've been on for the last couple of months.
Peggy Renders, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations once again on your award win.
Thank you, Simon.